Hold up! Are you still struggling with phrasal verbs? Well, today I want to give you some hope and motivation to keep on with these crazy phrasal verbs. Stick with me as we tackle a few more of them. I'm Phil from Mayak. I'm going to share a few tips on these phrasal verbs with you that I share with my own students here in the Czech Republic. Let's get started. Hand in. Hand in. It means to give something to a person in authority for their attention. To give something to a person in authority for their attention. So he handed in his homework on time. He handed in his homework on time. Hand out. Hand out. This means to distribute something to other people. The girl handed out the worksheets at school to the other students. The girl handed out the worksheets to the other students. This can also mean to impose or inflict a punishment or some misfortune on someone else. So people could say in a town, harsher punishments are being handed out to people who are bad drivers. Harsher punishments are being handed out. Hang up. Hang up. So first, it's to hang something from a hook. Mom says, hang up your shirts with a hanger. Hang them up. This can also mean to end a conversation by cutting the connection on the phone call. To end the phone call by cutting the connection. He was angry at me and he just hung up. He was angry at me and he hung up. How old are you? Are you old enough to know where this phrase comes from? The old rotary phones that would have a physical receiver, and when you were finished with the phone call, or if you were angry with someone, you didn't just push a button, but you hang up on them. You hang up on someone. Have to do with. Have to do with. It means having some contact or dealings with someone or something. So somebody and a friend have some big conflict, and someone could say, I have had nothing to do with her for the last few years. I have had nothing to do with her for the last few years. Because of this conflict, they just had no dealings or connection with each other for these few years. Hold up. It means to prevent somebody or something from falling by supporting them somehow. So the concrete pillars hold up the bridge. The concrete pillars hold up the bridge. Or even, I held up my friend when he was going to fall. I physically would hold him or her up. Or it's to display something by holding it above your waist or above your head, somewhere high. The teacher asked me to hold up the book so the other students could see it. My teacher asked me to hold up my book so other students could see it. So you sort of display it for others. It's also another way to just say wait. It's a slang way to say wait. So hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Will you say that again? I didn't understand that. Hold up. Or hold up, wait for me. Hold up, hold up. It just means wait for me. Iron out. Iron out. It means to solve or settle some difficulties. To iron out. Now you know the word iron, right? It's a really maybe difficult word to pronounce. It looks like iron, but we actually say more like iron, at least in America. So if you have an iron, it takes the wrinkles out of something and it makes it flat and nice and good again. So if you iron something out, like a relationship, you solve a conflict or you settle something. It took us some time, but we finally ironed out the difficulties between us. It took us some time, but we finally ironed out our problems. To jack up. It means to raise something, like especially a vehicle, using a jack. Do you know what a jack is? A jack is that piece of equipment that's found in a car that you can use to raise the car up, and you jack the car up. So you need to jack the car up so the wheel can spin freely. You jack the car up so the wheel can spin freely. Jump all over. Jump all over. It means to strongly, angrily criticize someone. His mother jumped all over him for wrecking the car. His mother jumped all over him for wrecking the car. It's not good. In fact, it was a very bad situation, right? So maybe the mother was right in jumping all over him, but it definitely brings some emotion to it because the mother was probably very angry and had a lot of criticism because the son wrecked the car. Keep on. Keep on. It means to continue something. To continue something. So the runner kept on going even though he was very tired. The runner kept on going even though he was very tired. It can also mean to continue to employ someone, to continue to let them work there. Now, maybe the company was in a very bad place, they didn't have enough money, so they told the worker, sorry, we can't keep you on anymore. We can't keep you on anymore. It's a nice way of saying, you're fired. You can't work here anymore. Kick out. It's to expel or dismiss someone, to kick out. His parents kicked him out of the house when he was 18 years old. His parents kicked him out of the house when he was 18 years old. I wonder, have you ever been kicked out of some group or a class or a school, some organization for some reason? We don't say this when we're talking about like being fired from a company or from a job, but we do say it when you are forced to leave a group or leave a location. It means you are kicked out from that place. How did it feel? Was it a misunderstanding, or did you do something to deserve it? How did you feel afterwards? Were you disappointed, or was it a relief to be kicked out of that group? Knock out. To make someone unconscious, usually by some hit to the head somehow. When I hit the ground, I was knocked out for a good 5 minutes. When I hit the ground, I was knocked out for a good 5 minutes. Knock out. Knock it off. Knock it off. This is a slang phrasal verb to mean just stop doing something. Knock it off. You're not allowed to talk in here. Knock it off. Knock it off. It means to stop doing that thing. Stop talking or stop doing whatever the thing is. Knock it off. And knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Now, if you took it literally, you might think it means to make yourself unconscious by hitting yourself in the head. That is not a good idea. And it's also not what this one means, to knock yourself out. It means to make yourself really tired by doing something, to make yourself really tired by doing some work. So I knocked myself out to get the project done on time. I knocked myself out to get the project done on time. I did a lot of work and I made myself very tired. But finally, the project was done on time and I had to knock myself out to do it. Work really hard. I also hear it in a very specific situation. Could be business, family, work, I don't know. But it's when you get really excited about doing a certain task and nobody else in the room wants to do it. For example, I say to my colleagues, hey, I have an idea. I'll collect this data, I'll put it together in a spreadsheet, I'll do the work, and it'll really help our company. And everybody else looks at me and says, okay, are you sure you want to do that? Because it's not fun. It's not easy work. And I say, sure, it'll be easy for me. I'd enjoy that. And they look at me and they say, okay, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. They're saying, okay, make yourself tired from doing this work that we really don't want to do. But I guess if you want to do it, it would be helpful. So, okay, knock yourself out. Thank you for joining me today with these phrasal verbs. Please write in the comments if you have any other questions about English, some phrasal verbs, some grammar. I would love to cover it in another video. Just knock yourself out. Writing a comment, and I'd love to read them and see what we can do in a future video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.